People will like it better now. Good morning, everyone. Voices are calling round the earth. Music is rising in the sea. The spirit of morning fills the air, guiding my journey home. Where is the path beyond the forest? Where is the song I always knew? I remember it just around the bend. In the village, the music never ends. In a circle of friends, in a circle of sound, all our voices will blend when we touch common ground. Let's try that again. You can do it. In a circle of friends, this means friends. In a circle, this means circle of sound. All our voice. Everybody's sitting there like this. Come on. Hello, everybody. Common ground. Let's do that one more time. Good morning. In a circle of friends, in a circle of sound, all our voices will blend when we touch common ground. Somewhere is the melody we need. There is a certain harmony, even a rhythm in the trees, in the song that we've always known. As every road comes to its end, so every path must cross again. Now I'm returning to my heart, back to the song that is our own. In a circle of friends, in a circle of sounds, all our voices will blend when we touch common ground. Intro. Voices are calling round the earth. Music is rising in the sea. The spirit of morning fills the air, guiding my journey home. There is the path beyond the forest? Where is the song I always knew? I remember it just around the bend. In the village, the music never ends. In a circle of friends, in a circle of sound, all our voices will blend when we touch common ground. Let's do that again. Let's do it as a round. In a circle, in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, all our voices, when we touch common ground, common ground. Oh, I know we all have to roll our eyes and whisper to each other after someone asks us to sing around together.
Good morning. Welcome to Mount Diablo Unitarian Universalist Church. I am Reverend Rodney Lemery, and my pronouns are he and him. For those who are visiting this morning, a big welcome. We are, let's clap for the welcome, the visitors. I'm pretty sure we used to do that pre-COVID, and it's just been a while since we brought that back, so. We are so glad that all of you have chosen to spend part of your week with us here in the sanctuary or in our fellowship hall, Borton Hall, or if you so desire, the live stream and our YouTube interactive channel. So hi to all of the live and on-stream people. I'll be with you shortly. Welcome back if you have not been to campus for a little while. So it's good to see you again. And for those online, please remember to join our virtual coffee hour and connection hour that will be held for 15 minutes after the service, so that you can say hello to one another. If you are visiting, please drop by our rainbow table after the service and fill out a yellow visitor's card. Clear penmanship is very much appreciated. You can also sign up for our newcomers series, which will be restarting this September. Also, join us for refreshments on the brick patio, which is to your left as you exit the sanctuary down the little steps. The Tapas worship service that was scheduled for today has been postponed. We are in the process of recreating and relaunching that. So watch for information in our newsletter and on our website. Also, this Wednesday, we have a special Taze worship service scheduled for July 19th. That's Wednesday in the evening. Please check our website out and the newsletter for that. Our newest round of community circles is up and running, and for those unfamiliar, community circles are small groups that meet for meaningful conversation for a number of weeks, and they're led by trained facilitators. It really is a great way to foster and build community and relationships within our congregation, and it is not too late to sign up. Today, we are honored to have with us the incomparable composer, guitarist, and singer Jim Scott. Jim's songs are in our UU hymn books, including Gather the Spirit, which we will be singing today. And he's toured over the country for 4 decades, nearly 4 decades, playing over 700 UU churches and is a co-chair of the UU Ministry for the Earth. Jim helped to create the Green Sanctuary program, of which our church is a part of that, and received a grant from the Fund for the Unitarian Universalism to assemble the Earth and Spirit songbook, which is a really great contribution to our worship and RE resources. He is formerly a member of the Paul Winter Consort and co-composer of the Misa Gaia Earth Mass. Jim has gone to record a number of CDs of original music and publish choral works. He won a UU Stillman Anthem contest for his piece, I Am Waiting, which I also think we get to hear today. And he will have a table near our refreshments after the service, should you wish to pick up an album or CD or one of his books. So please join me in again welcoming Jim to our community today. And for all of you, again, welcome to this, our beloved community.
Good morning. My name's Sharon Solstice. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a member of your Board of Trustees. Mount Diablo Unitarian Universalist Church is a welcoming faith community. We begin our services by reading our mission together. We bring to life our Unitarian Universalist values as we seek truth and work for justice, nurture compassion and courage, reach out to each other and to our larger community of faith, bridge the divisions that wound the human family, transform ourselves and our world. This community exists because of the time, talent, and treasure that our members and friends share. Please check out the Just in Time section of our weekly email and our newsletter, and the Just in Time board in Borton Hall to connect and contribute. While we are no longer checking vaccination statuses, our expectation is that those who are inside are symptom-free and are either fully vaccinated and boosted or have had a negative COVID test today. We've had the ventilation tested in our buildings. We've made masking optional, although we recommend it. We will continue to honor one another's choices. In covenant, it's good to be together.
And now, in honor of this very warm day, let us greet one another warmly with the phrase, I'm glad you're here.
Testing.
For the Web of Life by Paul Specker. We light this chalice for the web of life which sustains us, for the sacred circle of life in which we have our being, for the earth, the sky, above and below, and for our Mother Earth, and for the mystery.
Those who are young and young at heart to come forward for a time for all ages.
Hi, everybody. Ooh, yes. Hi, everybody. Now, I imagine if you sit on the steps and you're usually facing out, it's going to be a little weird because I'm behind you, and so if you want to sit up here, you can come up here too and keep me company. Hi. Is anybody in second grade? Yay! Gonna be in second. I know it's summer. I wrote this song with a bunch of kids in second grade. Pretty smart they are in second grade. They told me all about the rainforest, and they knew all about it. We got some pictures on the screen. They told me about the animals that live in the rainforest. There's a lot of animals in the song. And they told me about the 4 levels of the rainforest. That was news to me, the 4 levels. So I thought we ought to put them in the song. So they go by fast, but then we see how they all go together. On the ground level, turtles and leopards and snakes live in the shelter the understory makes. The ground is so soft and the air is so clear, with 300 inches of rain every year. Oh, let the rain feed the thirsty ground. Sing me the song of life you sing, such a beautiful sound. Does that sound like a participatory chorus to you? With 4 notes, oh, let the rain, you can sing it, feed the thirsty ground. Sing me the song of life you sing, such a beautiful sound. And down in the ground, the worms and the ants nurture the roots of the flowering plants. And up in the canopy, life is a breeze. Orangutans swing from the limbs of the trees. Oh, let the rain feed the thirsty ground. Sing me the song of life you sing, such a beautiful sound. Now while some of us sing that part, we need some others of us to sing another part that goes, rain come down, rain come down. That's it, rain come down. If you got a higher voice, rain come down. Oh, let the rain come down, feed the thirsty ground. Sing me the song of life you sing, such a beautiful sound. Let's sing it again. Oh, let the rain feed the thirsty ground. Sing me the song of life you sing, such a beautiful sound. Third verse is high up above, where the toucans fly. They're birds. Emergent treetops reach into the sky. There's more kinds of plants than anyone knows. Look out, there's a sloth hanging by her 3 toes. Oh, let the rain feed the thirsty ground. Rain come down, sing me the song of life you sing, such a beautiful sound. And about this point, I like to put in the pop quiz. What were those 4 levels of the rainforest? They went by fast, but this is the way I remember it. There's the ground level, and there's the understory, all the stuff that likes to grow in the shade of the canopy, and then the tallest, biggest old trees, they're called the emergent level, some sticking way above the canopy. So this is the way I remember it. My musical memory device. There's the understory, understory. If you got a low voice, be the understory, understory. story, and the ground level. The ground level. You can be the ground level, or the understory, or the ground level. Canopy, ground level, canopy. Find your level. Canopy, the under, the canopy, the emergent, la 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 la, the emergent. Oh, there's the ground level, and the under, the canopy, emergent, emergent. Oh, there's the ground level, and the under, the chorus. Oh, let the rain come down, feed the thirsty ground. Sing me the song of life you sing, such a beautiful sound. Oh, let the rain feed the thirsty ground. Sing me the song of life you sing, such a beautiful sound. Rain come down, rain come down, rain come down, rain come down. Well, thank you. What that shows me is there's all this stuff going up in the air, down in the ground, down in the water, all around us are all these things that are working together to keep us going. And one word for that might be harmony. I like that because I'm a musician. The harmony of nature, you've heard that. But another word for it just might be peace. Yes, I know some animals eat other animals, but this whole thing has been going on in a relative peace and a balance for a long time, and we need to keep that peace and balance going. And for kids today, big people too, I hope you can find some of that peace in your life. And as they say, if you can't find it, you can make it. So thanks, everybody. And kids are going to go off and do something more interesting now, and follow your leaders out. And thanks for being here with us.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ives Humphreys. My pronouns are he and him, and I serve as your worship associate. When was the last time you sincerely appreciated the natural world? For me, presently, the past 3 weeks, I feel it severely on my bicycle. Biking from home near the Walnut Creek BART station to my work in Martinez yesterday morning, I felt every bump in the earth below the road on my road bike. On the canal bike path, I felt the low sun flashing like a strobe light against my right eye. I felt my legs burning as I climbed up this hot, steep hillside on Alhambra Ave. When I finally came to the summit beside Bethany Baptist Church, I yelled out in relief, "Can I get a hallelujah?" I felt the wind making me cry when I flew down the Alhambra Valley. In fact, I felt the southwest winds all week. The south wind in the morning reminds me of when my dad would push me forward when he was teaching me how to ride a bike. When I ride my bike, I am swayed more by the natural forces like wind and heat, far more than as a motorist. As Unitarian Universalists, we appreciate the natural world in our seventh principle. the respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. In other words, nature is not something separate from us. Nature does not only exist outdoors or in a park. We are not artificial intelligence living in the cloud. We are natural, living beings. We all came from and will return to the natural world. The house finch above us, the ants in our garden, even the turkeys on campus, they have just as much a right to live a great life here as we do in the web of life. As the conservation pioneer John Muir said, "One touch of nature makes the whole world kin, family." John Muir, the most famous American naturalist, a conservation pioneer, inspired Americans with his passionate storytelling of majestic Yosemite Valley. The National Park Service calls him the father of the national parks because he championed the idea that wilderness areas like Yosemite were sacred, beautiful, and inspiring. That we shouldn't surrender these wonders to logging and mining companies and other industry to ravage and loot and slaughter for profit. Yosemite Valley was preserved by the US government first in 1864 and then in 1890 because white people were convinced the valley was invaluable and beautiful. Muir described the land as even sacred. Yet he did not acknowledge that the American Indians living in Yosemite, the Ahwahneechee and the southern Miwok people, had considered the land sacred for thousands of years before European descended people arrived in California. The wisdom of indigenous cultures was disregarded by most Western settlers. More broadly, the rise of white supremacy and the eugenics movement paralleled the rise of the conservation movement in America. Now, John Muir gets a lot of credit for convincing Americans to preserve wilderness areas here. In his eulogy by biographer and literary executor William Bade, Bade says, "When people go to the mountains and canyons of California now and in the future, they will see more deeply because they see with Muir's eyes." However, this does not acknowledge the countless generations of American Indians who were deeply connected to the land before Muir arrived, before Europeans arrived. These people observed nature so deeply then and now that they had and have now a deep spiritual connection to the land. So when you go outside into our beautiful campus today, I invite you to take a closer look at the garden. Notice the beauty of the monarch butterfly, its symmetry, its delicacy. On your next walk outside your home, notice what you smell. Are there buckeye flowers to smell? What birds do you hear? The lesser goldfinch, perhaps? How the earth feels under your feet? Is it crusty without the rain of the winter? Because beauty, inspiration, enlightenment, peace is all around to fill us, if you care to notice. Come, let us worship together.
I want to admit to you that I forgot the strap that I can stand up and play the guitar standing up. So, may we stand as willing and able and sing the song that I am just honored is in our gray hymn book and gets me in the door of you churches everywhere. I like to start halfway through at the chorus, sort of, and sing you that as an introduction. So that'll just be me and the people who weren't paying attention. And then we'll all start at the beginning. Gather in peace, gather in thanks. I was kidding, you can sing too. Gather in sympathy now and then. Gather in hope, compassion and strength. Gather to celebrate once again. Gather the Spirit our trials in this life appear all the same. Gather in peace, gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Gather the spirit of heart and mind, seeds for the sowing are laid in store, nurtured in love and conscience refined, with body and spirit united once more. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy, sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Gather the Spirit, growing in all, drawn by the moon and fed by the sun, winter to spring and summer to fall, the chorus of life resounding as one. Gather in peace, gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again.
What a joy. This is the time in our service when we take into the larger loving heart of this congregation those joys and sorrows that are too great to hold alone. And I just want to say it's a great joy to have Jim here with us today. For those who may not know me, I'm the Reverend Leslie Takahashi, and I use she, her pronouns. Tom Taylor, and that's another joy that Tom is here with us today. Tom Taylor has asked that we light a candle for Maura Torkelson, who is going to go for a triple bypass this week. So those of us that know Maura, let's send her good energy. And Ron Elsden asked that we light a candle for Donald Sturkey, who will be having surgery tomorrow. We're thinking about Donald as well. And I'm also asking Rodney to light a candle to note that the celebration of life for our longtime member Lee Lampo will be held on October 7th at 11 a.m. here. And our thoughts are especially with Lee's husband of 62 years, Ed. I ask Reverend Rodney to light two final candles, one to hold those joys and sorrows that are not expressed in words, but are still with us in this beloved community, and the other to hold our hopes and fears for this one precious beloved planet of which we are a part.
the silence. I am waiting for the dawn. I am often found in reverence, though from many sources drawn. It is not mine to fight for justice, for it will not be won this day. I am peace, and I am waiting for the lost to find their way. You'll not find me set in judgment of the vain or of the weak, but I rise to meet the weary with the solace that they seek. Still I have not fed the hungry, nor strewn wealth among the poor. I am peace and bring but mystery and the patience to endure. I cannot save the suffering from their anger and their pain, only open doors of insight so the healing comes again. To the proud I am elusive, to the humble I am near. May the broken rise and look beyond the trappings of their fears. I am found among the seasons, autumn's death and spring's rebirth, as relentless their momentum as the turning of the earth. All are welcome in my province, so only love can conquer hate. I am peace, and for the harvest I have planted and will wait.
We are at the part of our service where we take a moment to connect with one another more intentionally and deeply. Some call this time together prayer, focused intention, but today I want to invite us into the space of meditation. So wherever and however you are joining us today, I invite you to find a comfortable position, allowing your body to settle into a safe and supported space. We begin this time by acknowledging the earth beneath us, the steady ground that holds us. Take a gentle breath in, feeling the strength and stability of the earth supporting you. This is the foundation on which we move through this life. And at the end, Mother Earth brings us back into her embrace. As you exhale, feel the strength of earth course through you and release any tension or unease that may be present, allowing yourself to feel grounded and secure. Imagine, if you will, roots sprouting up from the soles of your feet, reaching deep down into the center of the earth. These roots are your connection to the wisdom and nourishment that it offers. Visualize them growing and extending, absorbing the earth's healing energy, providing you with a sense of safety and belonging. If you want, place a hand over your heart and take a moment to feel its gentle beat. Breathe in compassion and understanding, letting go of any judgment or self-criticism. Visualize a warm, gentle light filling your body from the deep connection to the earth. Allow this light to radiate from your heart, filling every corner of your being with love and acceptance. Let this light caress any tender parts of you, offering comfort and reassurance. Embrace the reality that you are deserving of love, kindness, and care. We are not alone in this world. Connection is our reality. So I invite us to extend that light beyond ourselves into this room, into this space, even the virtual space between us. Envision a beautiful web of light connecting every person in this sacred gathering. Let this be our web, a tapestry of support and shared intentions. Feel the love and acceptance flowing through these connections, knowing that you are seen, heard, and valued here. Let this web of light expand even further. Imagine it encompassing the entire world. See it reaching out to all beings across cultures, religions, and backgrounds. Embrace the idea that we are interconnected, a part of a global family that shares common hopes, dreams, and struggles. Remind yourself that you are not alone. Now take a moment to slowly return to the grounding energy of the earth. Maybe take a deep breath in, feeling its nurturing power rising up through your roots, bringing you back to this present moment. As you exhale, release any remaining tension or worries, knowing that you are supported by Earth and this loving embrace of community. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes, allowing the present space to come into view. May we all carry this sense of grounding and connection and love with us today as we navigate our lives. Hope brings us to a wish that it inspires us all to approach ourselves and others with compassion and kindness, aware of the shared humanity that unites us all. May we all find peace and healing on our journeys. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.
Good morning. My name is Nasa Matt. I'm a member of your Board of Trustees, and I use she and her pronouns. This morning I'm coming to you from my dad's beautiful backyard in Washington State, which feels very appropriate for our nature-themed service. In thinking about the call for the offering for today, I started thinking about the importance of nature in our lives. And a study from the European Center for Environment and Human Health in Cornwall, England, found some very interesting things about how nature is important to our lives. They found people who spend 2 or more hours per week in green spaces are more likely to report good health and psychological well-being. They found that time in nature can lower blood pressure and stress hormones in the body, reduce nervous system arousal, enhance immune system function, increase self-esteem, reduce anxiety. The list goes on and on. There's also some studies that have found that nature helps with healing and in decreasing healing time in our bodies. It's very clear that nature plays an important role in both our psychological and physical health. As wonderful as all these benefits are, unfortunately, our natural spaces are under threat due to climate change. In order to preserve our well-being and the well-being of the environment around us, we need to take an active role in advocating for green spaces and sustainable practices within our community. Fortunately, your financial support of MDUUC also supports our Climate Justice Ministry team, which works to address our climate crisis through direct action in our local communities, such as opposition of gas blowers, encouraging Meatless Mondays, and community education campaigns such as the Walnut Creek Sustainability Week. Please consider giving to this important work by going to mduuc.org and clicking on the yellow Give Now button, or placing your offering in the basket. The ushers will now come forward to gratefully receive your offerings. Please join me in dedicating our offering to the work of this community in transforming ourselves and our world. We dedicate ourselves and our offerings.
Far beyond the grasp of hands, or light to meet the eye, past the reaches of the mind, there find the key to nature's harmony in an architecture so entwined. Like the birds whose patterns grace the sky and carry all who join in love, expanding. The message of peace will rise in flight, taking the weight of the world upon its wings. In the oneness of everything, peace is in the dance of trees who stir before the first breath of wind is yet perceived. Trust in the song, becoming one with the dance, and all mysteries can be believed. Like the sorrow of the clouds, whose tears fall carrying on the soil, undemanding. Lessons of love are given that we might rejoice in the music they bring, in the oneness of everything. Still we seek to find a truth that we might understand and reduce to terms defined, vast and immeasurable, time and space, also overwhelmingly designed. Oh, passing years, just might I know the faith that winters in the heart, to be reborn in spring, to hear and to feel the pulse of life enters my soul as a song to sing of the oneness of everything. Do not touch or adjust the microphone. I was just about to. I'm Jim Scott. I'm usually the biggest. And it's delightful to be here again with you all. I use the pronouns he, him, his. And I got some controversy for saying, and my adjectives are old, overweight, balding, and still trying to be funny. But the backlash about that, my disclaimer, I just want to share with you. I'm so proud of, I have a transgender son, and he is my greatest teacher. I have stuff to say about the earth today. I can almost recite it from memory, but I hold these pieces of paper so you'll know that I thought about it ahead of time. I had a discussion with a great friend. She was my manager decades ago, and I still keep in touch. She's in Texas, of all places, now, and is very Christian, but went to a big Christian church in Illinois, and she went to a thing that looked like that in Texas, and boy, was she surprised. But that's another subject. She believes that God intervenes, or with enough prayer and all of those kinds of things, and I don't exactly believe that. I think that's beautiful imagery and all that. And so she was talking about God and something, and I said, well, is God just for humans or for animals too? Oh yes, for everything. Yeah. Well, I happened to notice on Facebook that someone said, oh, I'm sorry, your dog of so many years, your faithful dog died, and but I just know he's up in heaven happily catching squirrels. Heaven's not so good for squirrels, I guess. We all maybe remember the news. Was this in COVID or even before COVID? I said the other day, a couple of years ago, I think it was a couple of years ago. We heard on the news that these two black holes had collided in space, and it tells us something about Einstein's theories and so on. Well, I ended up writing this little poem. It's a bit of a rant. I hope you'll go with me. And I hope that anyone, because I understand Unitarian Universalist churches, there are some of us who might not be so comfortable with that three-letter word, God. So I use that in here, and if you'll just humor me. Oh God of the two black holes that collided 2 billion years ago, but we just felt it now because it was so far away. And God of the 275 million or so stars that will be born on this Earth day and again tomorrow. God of this little star with 8 or 9 planets, depending on who's counting. And God of this little planet, are you the same God? God of the elements, water, air, fire, and earth, and of viruses and bacteria and DNA, of photosynthesis and contagion and immunity, of growth and struggle, of suffering and surviving, of crimes and mistakes, of wounds and of healing. God of evolution, diversity, nature, and lately, humanity, of ideals and passion, of greed and dominance, God of civilization, agriculture, industry, fossil fuels, and plastic, God of science and nonsense, God of truth and lies, God of war and oppression, enslavement, genocide, the refugees, the dispossessed, the lost, the broken, God of hate and anger, and hiding right behind them, fear, and of amends and compassion, of cooperation. Now this is important, of cooperation. God of memory, stories, of lessons, of art and expression, of sharing and understanding, of love. Was love involved back there with the 2 black holes? And God of this world, are you the same God? Of this little group, on this little part of this little ball that has brought us again the leaning toward the sun and the spring and summer, made for us the seasons, awakening again that lust for life, adventure, exploration, risk, ecstasy, awareness, and aging and enlightenment, where all our mistakes of the past become the compost for the fertile earth from which all is made anew. Are you still there? I know this is getting long. God of the senses, of beauty, of sorrow and elation, God for that one particular species with the power of language and learning, of dreams and longing, of imagination, with the powers of creativity to have created you in our image. It was the best we could do with our small brains. We who don't even know your name, we fight about that, who in this last flash of time have come to some little perspective on the whole thing. We're working on it. God of the wisdom of matter and energy trading places, of big bangs and expanding universes, and benign lack of oversight and trust in the evolution of things, to have let us go here with Eden. And maybe the same, but different, on lots of other planets, around lots of other stars, in 500 billion galaxies, hundreds of billions of stars in each, 1 in 6 stars with planets around them. The odds are pretty good, God, of trillions of summers at this very moment. Thanks for all this. So there's been studies, and at least 2 books in the last decade or 2, maybe, that have studied all the religions of the world and they say that spiritual practice is good for us. Pretty much any spiritual practice is good, makes us live longer and happier and healthier. The thread that goes through all of those is gratitude. Gratitude for another day, another opportunity to be with each other. Gratitude for this earth. Well, this is only a problem for Unitarian Universalists because we don't know who to thank. So life is no doubt all around the universe, but all we know about life is right here. And we know a lot more about life and its mysteries nowadays than we did, which gives me hope. But we need more than hope. We need a will, and we need a vision and a plan. With the Paul Winter Consort years ago, I made a big piece of music taking the name from James Lovelock's book. He's a scientist, his Gaia hypothesis, he said, using the Greek goddess, kind of like Mother Earth, although she has her vengeful side in the mythology, using this Gaia as a way to personify for us that the earth is one living organism. It's one living being, and we're all a part of that one life. Now, 40-some years ago, the semantics of this were debated by scientists. You know, they love to do that. And are you anthropomorphizing the planet and, you know, turning it into a cute little being or something like that? And the brain is in the Arctic and the spleen is somewhere. I won't mention any names. You know, like that. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about one body of life, our Mother Earth. I was born a little after World War II. World War II is ancient history to me. But Rebecca Solnit, a wonderful writer, said after World War II, human cities were in ruins. 60 million people had died and more in related things. You know, about half of those people who died, I just have to mention, were in the Soviet Union. We don't learn that in school. But I digressed. So now, in my lifetime, there are 3 times as many people and 40% of the insects that we had. Rebecca Solnit says, well, you know, the cities, human cities were in ruins, but back at that time, not that they weren't threatened, the jungles, the rainforests, the wild areas of this world were still kind of hanging on pretty okay. And it is in my lifetime, 70-some years, that a war on the earth, unprecedented ever in the history of the planet, has been happening. And we've been sitting by watching it happen. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, they call it, garbage being a bit misleading term. Plastic is floating in the ocean. They said it was bigger than Texas. Oh no, now it's bigger than India. Oh, now we found another one that's as big as Texas. This plastic decays into microscopic, tiny shreds. They're more like a cloud, and they are in everything now. I heard on the radio, perhaps if you listen to NPR, you heard this the other day, eating freshwater fish is like drinking a glass of plastic polluted water, because it's in all the fish. It's in the fish in the ocean too. Half of that plastic in the ocean is fishing gear. Giant plastic, miles-long plastic nets that rake the bottom of the ocean and are killing the ocean. The 2 things that are killing us fastest, not climate change, yes, it's absolutely, says the Pentagon, a bigger threat than terrorists, but not climate change and not disappearing divergence of species, farming and fishing. I read recently that if we continue doing what we're doing, by 2030 we could kill the ocean. That's 7 years from now. If we kill life in the ocean, life on Earth is going to go. Not the nice people who fish off of the piers or you know, go out in the boats from here. A lot of the fishing of the world is illegal, is mob, organized crime involving slavery, selling fish, and then misleading us that it was properly caught. And we are, let's make no mistake, we are being lied to about where that comes from. So the plastic decays into just tiny, tiny stuff, and it's in all of us. Plastic, there's a new term, plastic glomerate, means plastic has become rock. Volcanoes in the ocean have melted plastic. Not forest fire, yes, I guess so, but I meant a campfire even. We now have plastic in rock. Imagine the millions of years from now, whatever being it is that is looking at history of fossils and so on. We find the plastic era of things, plastic in rock. So it's in all of us. It's in our water. It's in our food. Our life expectancy was getting longer until COVID hit. Now our life expectancy got cut about 2 years. That's an average. I know. I understand that. But there's also strontium-90 in our bodies. DDT, PCBs, BPA, bisphenol, PBDEs, polybrominated diphenol ethers, perfluorinated chemicals, Teflon. Then there's good old formaldehyde, asbestos, heavy metals, and lately PFAS, polyfluoroalkyl substances in our drinking water, and it is everywhere. How did we allow this to happen? Well, we were lied to. That's how. The human race has evolved into something bigger and stronger in the last century, and now, though we know all about the building blocks, or lots about it, DNA and everything else, our lives are threatened with being shorter. There's only one solution. Stop what we're doing. Now, this is hard for me because I know what's good for me, what will make me live longer, happier, stronger, healthier, but I don't do it. Why is that? I must be an addict. I must be wounded, alienated, torn from the very interconnectedness that would heal me, filling that emptiness with any kind of diversion and immediate gratification while the spirit of life on earth is dying. I said me. I could have said you. Here's what keeps me going. Reminds me of what I get up for every day. Everything that is me, the earth modeled long ago. The circulatory system, the water cycle, carries the nutrients, carries away the waste only to come back again healed by the earth. The breathing system, the lungs of the earth are those big green things. They breathe out, we breathe in. Maybe the heart of the earth is the big green things, the jungles and the rainforests. They're physically the pump lifting the water out of the earth and evaporating into the air and going to where it's needed, pumping that cycle. If there's a brain of the earth, I think we're supposed to be it. We have evolved language and books and computer software to save this knowledge and learn from our mistakes and learn how to do this better. That gives me hope. The conscience of the earth, we better be that too. I never got it about the bearded old man in the sky. Much closer to home, I do get it about this very round woman in the sky. And I'm comfortable with her having a feminine aspect because we are made of her. She gave birth to us. We are made of her, and we constantly change places with her. What I have drunk in the last few weeks is my eyes. What I have eaten and drunk in the last few months is my skin, and all the way down to my bones, what I've consumed in the last 5 years makes me up. So this Mother Earth, this Gaia goddess, is she a goddess, a deity? I don't exactly buy that, but it's beautiful imagery. She's our mother. She's our ancestor. And what is wrong with the earth is going to be wrong with us. No amount of wealth and gated communities and barbed wire fences and armed guards is going to keep what is wrong with the earth from being wrong with us. So when we took our jangled masses of protoplasm and left the ocean and began to think we were separate, we had this model. And that is my faith. If I'm not a part of healing this organism, I'm in the way. So everything I do better be to build and maintain this sustainable living Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Because we're all one. Now, I got one more sentence, but I just remembered I want to mention to you, and brag, I guess. I got a National Endowment grant to make, with my most outspoken and hardest hitting environmental message songs, a multimedia thing, projecting big images as we, with band and chorus, would do this, this concert of my music. I'm calling it The Year to Save the Earth. And that's this year. And I want to take it on the road everywhere. I got this grant to do it at my home in Worcester, Massachusetts. And that's going to happen this fall. But I just will lay it out to you all now. I hope to come back here and do it sometime. So thank you for listening. There's no description of what our job is now short of healing. Our job and our children's job is that of healing the earth and each other. Stay there. They don't applaud for songs, but they applaud for talking. I'm new here. I know, some churches would pass laws against that, but I just know if you do it faster, it sounds like there's more people. Particularly those over in the left wing here. I'm glad we made a space for that in this architecture. My wish for you, as now we part, is for greater peace to fill your heart with dreams as vast as starry space. So hurt and anger know no place. May truth be shared and wounds be healed, and joy for living be revealed. Through every fate and circumstance, may hope lead weary steps to dance, and may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. Let's try that. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. This turns out to be a 4-part round. Ha ha ha. But I know we can do it in at least 2 parts. Let's try it in 1 part. May your life be as a song. Sing that back to me. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light. Sing that. Resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night. The whole thing. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. I'll bet we can do this as a round. If you'll self-select, 2 parts will be fine. Enough. You know who you are. Self-select. If you can sing the 2nd part, I'll show you where it starts. If you're unsure, stick with me. Then again, if you're more adventurous or lost, be part 3 or part 4. And may your life be as a song, not yet, resounding. And may your life be, sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night. One more last line. Ever dancing circles in the night. Let's go in peace. Thank you. Oh. I'm new here. I got to turn the page, don't I? Yes. Oh, yes. When Wisdom was a striking young man, he met a beautiful woman named Love. Now, I'm not really sure who was the man and who was the woman. Maybe they were the same sex. I'd like to keep you, said Wisdom. You can't own me, said Love, but I love you anyway. What would it cost to know you'd always be there, asked Wisdom. Don't ask such questions, said Love. Just look at the stars. Why? Wisdom pondered. Are they telling us something? Oh, chill out, chided Love, which made Wisdom happy in a funny sort of way. And so it was that Wisdom fell in love with Love and thus became truly wise.